afternoon and welcome to the 2021 Student Recognition Awards at the University of Southern California. The University of Southern California annually recognizes those graduating students whose contributions have significantly enriched the quality of life at USC. These students exemplify the 5 traits of a Trojan and surpass expectations through their leadership, volunteer work, and community engagement. While their realms of influence are diverse, they all share a commitment to bettering their campus, the city of Los Angeles, and the world. And now, please welcome Cynthia Tucker, co-chair of this year's Student Recognition Awards.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Cynthia Tucker and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I am honored to be this year's co-chair with Jonicia Mahan for the Student Recognition Awards. Please join me in welcoming Winston Chris, USC's Vice President for Student Affairs.
Thank you, Cynthia. Welcome to the 2021 Student Recognition Awards. I would love to be welcoming you to Bovard Auditorium and watch each of you cross the stage, but this virtual setting makes me no less proud and honored to celebrate with you today. As I am sure you learned during your first days on campus, there are 5 traits of a Trojan: faithful, scholarly, skillful, courageous, and ambitious. These are more than words inscribed on a statue in the middle of campus. You are here today because you have exemplified these characteristics while striving for academic success. Through your leadership, volunteer work, and community engagement, USC is a better place than when you arrived. Your accomplishments would be commendable in any year, but I want to truly thank our graduating students who have gathered here today. You have spent the past 2.5 semesters primarily in the challenging environment of a pandemic, yet you still found a way to impact the Trojan, Los Angeles, and global communities. You are the reason our future is so bright, and we are grateful to each and every one of you. I look forward to hearing more about your achievements as you head out into the world. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the president of the University of Southern California, Dr. Carol L. Folt. I am honored to work alongside Dr. Folt because students always come first. There are never any questions about what she and I are here to do. And since the pandemic, you have seen Dr. Folt appear in your Zoom rooms and implement sweeping institutional changes to make the culture of USC more reflective of you, the students. She's even found time to give you a couple of campus tours on Instagram. Dr. Folt is an accomplished academic leader, life scientist, and teacher, and holds faculty appointments in marine and environmental biology, civil and environmental engineering, and preventive medicine. Before joining USC, Dr. Folt led the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and prior to that, she served as provost and interim president at Dartmouth College. Dr. Folt emphasizes excellence and innovation among the university's faculty and staff, with an extra focus on shared governance and sustainability. She is constantly looking to the future and has ambitious plans for USC while keeping students in mind every step of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming USC President Carol L. Folt to the Student Recognition Awards ceremony.
Hello, everyone. It is a joy to be here and to celebrate with you, our wonderful students. I can't wait to see you at commencement and to come together as one big Trojan family. But today, we have a chance to honor you in a smaller setting and to say congratulations. I want to give a special welcome to your families, your friends, and your loved ones, and thank them for supporting you on your USC journey. It's a very special day for them, too. Your class, the class of 2021, is one for the history books. The resilience and the creativity you showed over the last 1.5 years have been amazing. And those are skills you'll take wherever you go. They're life skills. This afternoon's event brings together 309 of you. Students who have reached extraordinary heights in academic excellence and who stood out for your leadership, your hard work, and your compassion. For this afternoon's awards, there were 346 nominations, and 50 USC faculty and staff, including 10 committee members, reviewed every single one. Their careful work brought us today's 224 award recipients. We also have 85 incredible students from Academic Honors Convocation. Each of you has an amazing story. You earned your academic achievements while juggling your own lives and personal commitments. From caring for family members to volunteering in your communities, from overcoming personal challenges to seeing beyond self-doubt. We could spend a year of afternoons hearing each of your stories, and I truly would love that. But there is something that unites all of you, and that is your passion for public service. So often, particularly when things are tough, USC students turn around and ask, how can I help? In big ways and small, your families and in your communities, you've been giving back. When I talk with students, I'm often just blown away by your deep wells of compassion and your generosity of spirit. You bring justice to the underserved. You imagine and help realize more diverse and inclusive communities wherever you find yourselves. You speak truth to power with the most pressing issues of our day, from racial justice to social inequalities. And you care about our planet, always looking for new ways to combat climate change. This does make a difference. You've shown how gifted you are academically, but work like this puts your talent and your brain and your heart to work. As you go forward in your lives, don't lose sight of this passion. We need it. Keep doing those good things in the world. Keep letting the world see and benefit from the full power of your intellect and your compassion. And keep being that caring, imaginative soul. We wish you all the best. Congratulations again on the honor you're receiving this afternoon. And as ever and together, fight on.
Hello, my name is Dr. Robin Romans, pronouns he, him, his. I'm Associate Vice Provost for Arts and Academic Affairs. Each year, USC recognizes students for their outstanding academic accomplishments. Not only are these accomplishments recognized today, they will be memorialized as part of the Wall of Scholars located on 5 walls in the Weingart Reading Room in the Thomas and Dorothy Levy Library. It is the custom to name one student to serve as the university valedictorian and one or more students to serve as university salutatorians. The USC selection process recognizes the very highest levels of academic achievement, but it also is more holistic and takes into consideration service and leadership as well. This year, 80 graduating students were invited for consideration. This year, the valedictorian is Tiana Shaw Wakeman. This year, the salutatorians are Ashwin Bumbla and Jake Bubman. Congratulations to our USC valedictorian and salutatorians for the class of 2021. The USC Provost's Award is granted to graduating seniors who have attained the highest scholarship average of all undergraduate transfer students at the university. The recipients this year have attained a perfect 4.0 grade point average. This year's recipients are Alexis Amaradio, Caitlin Gutierrez, Philip Jung, Raylan Kelly, Gina Kim, Skylar Melnick, Hunter Nelson, Kyle Popak, Paige Raskin, Maya Roberts, Emily Torp, Kyla Rose Walden, Yuchen Wang, Yang-Yu Yang. Congratulations to our USC Provost Award recipients. The University Trustees Award is granted to graduating senior men who have attained the highest scholarship average of all undergraduate men at the university. The recipients of this award have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average for their entire undergraduate course of study at USC. This year's recipients are Bryant Kong, John Kimball, Jeremiah Miller, Ryan Storgard, and Jacob Toney. Congratulations to our University Trustee Award recipients. The Emma Josephine Bradley Bovard Award was founded by USC's Faculty Women's Club and is granted to graduating senior women who have attained the highest scholarship average of all undergraduate women at the university. The recipients this year attained a perfect 4.0 grade point average for their entire undergraduate course of study at USC. This year's recipients are Kiara Akiyoshi, Katrina Chandra, Prerika Chala, Deborah Cho, Anjali Devgan, Nastaran Farr, Sophie Hammond, Julia Han, Stella Ann Harris, Catherine Liang, Lindsay Marks, Anuva Mittal, Molly Sulzer, and Siyu Wu. Congratulations to our Emma Josephine Bradley Bovard Award recipients. USC Stephen and Catherine Sample Renaissance Scholars are students who graduate in 2 or more widely separated fields of study with both a major and a minor or 2 bachelor's degrees. Renaissance Scholars must meet requirements for superior academic performance, including no less than a 3.5 overall grade point average and no less than a 3.5 grade point average in each of their respective programs of study. This year, the university recognizes 254 graduating seniors as USC Stephen and Catherine Sample Renaissance Scholar candidates. Of this group, 82 applied for the prize competition and 10 have been selected to receive a $10,000 prize towards graduate study. This year's USC Stephen and Catherine Sample Renaissance Scholar Prize recipients are Alexa Blanchett. Alexa will graduate with a Bachelor of Architecture in Architecture and a minor in Dance. Stella Grimaldi. Stella will graduate with Bachelors of Arts in Theater and another in Law, History, and Culture, and a minor in Musical Theater. Yinghui Linda He. Linda will graduate with a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology and Applied and Computational Mathematics, plus a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Astoria Ho. Astoria will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Lifespan Health and a minor in Computer Programming. Haley Shu. Haley will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics, in Russian, and another in Mathematics. Shital Madnani. Shital will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering with an emphasis in sustainable energy and a minor in Political Science. Tejas Ramdas. Tejas will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Computational Neuroscience and minors in Philosophy and Mathematics. Janis Sturman. Janis will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Comparative Literature and a minor in Jazz Studies. Oksana Trifonova. Oksana will graduate with Bachelors of Arts in Economics, in French, and in Narrative Studies. Emily Yang. Emily will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Quantitative Biology and a minor in Sociology. Please join me in congratulating the 2021 Stephen and Catherine Sample Renaissance Scholar Prize recipients. Now it's my pleasure to pass the screen to my colleague, Andy Stott.
Thank you, Robin. Hello, everybody. My name is Andy Stott. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm the Vice Provost for Academic Programs and Dean of the Graduate School. USC Discovery Scholars are students who have produced exceptional original scholarship or creative work at USC while compiling a distinguished overall academic record, including no less than a 3.5 overall GPA. This year, the university recognizes 128 Discovery Scholars. Of this group, 34 scholars were nominated as prize finalists, and 10 have been selected to receive a $10,000 prize towards graduate study. This year's USC Discovery Scholar Prize recipients are Pantia Arborishi from the Roski School of Art and Design for Tender Calamities, an artist's portfolio of multimedia installation and experimental work focusing on the disabled body as it exists under a multitude of violent gazes and contends with its own otherness. Zane Durante from the Viterbi School of Engineering for Casual Indicators of Disclosure and Truthfulness in Child Forensic Interviews. This is a paper outlining a multimodal approach to identify significant predictors of truthful or deceptive speech in experimental interviews with children. Aaron Greist from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for spectroscopic characterization of fluid interfaces, fundamental mechanisms and tools towards solving the Navier-Stokes equations, a series of scientific publications, experiments, and novel tools to spectrally probe and characterize interfaces of fluids and nanoparticles. Nathaniel Joe from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for Learning Optimal Prescriptive Trees from Observational Data, a journal publication detailing a novel formulation for optimal prescriptive trees that take observational data, which can be applied to important social problems such as personalized medicine and public health. Rachel McKenzie from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for Effects of Addiction Science on Conceived Free Will and Responsibility, a study examining the potential impact of addiction science theories on perceived volition and responsibility by considering the issues in the context of a hypothetical new drug, Z. Ryan New from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for The Work of Want, Interracial Desire and Contemporary Literature, 1962 to 2020. An interdisciplinary analysis of contemporary literary representations of interracial love, focusing on the intersections of sexual and erotic desire, racial difference, queer solidarity, and indigeneity. Agnieszka Nagolska from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for Police Interviewing Behaviors and Commercially Sexually Exploited Adolescents' Reluctance, a study examining how law enforcement officers' interviewing behaviors while questioning adolescent victims of commercial sexual exploitation may be related to adolescents' reluctance to cooperate and disclose information. Sydney Ramsey from the Gloria Kaufman School of Dance for Homunculus, a dance solo derived from scientific experimentation and research into the psychological map of the sensory homunculus. Lauren Rothman from the USC School of Cinematic Arts for At What Cost, a documentary short exploring the deaths of USC students during the fall 29 semester and the issues of mental health on campus. Lucy Sun from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for Escapes and Deceptions, Chinese Women's Resistance to Sexual Violence During the Nanjing Massacre, 1937 to 1938. A thesis exploring how Chinese women resisted sexual violence during the Nanjing Massacre. Please join me in congratulating the 2021 Discovery Scholars Prize recipients. The Global Scholars Program recognizes undergraduates who have excelled in their studies both at home and abroad, spending at least 10 weeks outside of the US as part of their undergraduate experience and achieving no less than a 3.5 overall GPA. This year, the university recognizes 36 seniors as USC Global Scholars. Of this group, 14 graduating seniors were nominated as prize finalists by their schools, and 10 have been selected to receive a $10,000 prize towards graduate study. This year's Global Scholar Prize recipients are Jacqueline Andrews from the Roski School of Art and Design for Layers, a series of paintings, drawings, and photo collages that represent Bolzano, Florence, and Berlin by layering visuals of contemporary and historical artifacts from the cities. Carolyn Bradley from the USC School of Cinematic Arts for The Mural, a screenplay that intertwines her major of writing for screen and television and a minor in history. Adriana Franz from the USC School of Architecture for Collective Living, a housing commercial building design that reacts to the climate change-induced extreme weather conditions in Barcelona. Ava Isokovic from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for the Burek Initiative, a service plan for an empiric oral history initiative on people's experiences with ethnic cleansing during the 1992 civil war in Bosnia that combines personal narratives with computational linguistics to educate and create policy solutions. Joanne Lee from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for the Amandiki phenomenon, when the West meets the wild. A paper analyzing European colonists who held secular, biomedical, Freudian-inspired frameworks of mental health and demeaned spirit possession experiences by Amandiki women in the 20th century, thus revealing the inappropriateness of imposing a dominant worldview to define another culture's phenomena. Sophia Norton from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for Towards an Intersectional Understanding of the Jordan Compact, Exclusion and Inequality in Refugee Assistance in Jordan, an analysis of the impact of nationality, gender, and disability on the refugee experience in Jordan, illustrating that refugees that are not the focus of international policy are systematically disadvantaged and marginalized. Pantelis Pouliouris from the Marshall School of Business and Leventhal School of Accounting for An International Perspective on the US Healthcare Market, a comparison of US healthcare to peer nations. This project values the loss to US consumers from market inefficiencies and provides examples of the successful achievement of universal healthcare in Taiwan and Australia. Alexis Pinella from the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts and Sciences for Window into Wiradjuri Life, a project using anecdotal experiences of clan members to reveal the underlying psychological models of identity formation that are presented in the indigenous Wiradjuri community located in New South Wales, Australia. Beatrice Suarez from the USC School of Architecture for Urban Protagonists, a capstone project about innovative wood materials in architecture that consists of an essay, article, and design proposal with the theme of sustainability and beauty in placemaking while protecting shared meaning and values. Liangji Janice Zhang from the Marshall School of Business and Leventhal School of Accounting for A Tale of Three Countries, the Digital Payments Landscape in China, Singapore, and the United States. An analysis of the digital payments landscape in China, Singapore, and the United States with recommendations for how the US can advance its digital payments ecosystem and identify future trends in the market. Congratulations to our 2021 Global Scholars Prize recipients.
Hello, my name is Katie Capra, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm the manager of academic honors and fellowships, and it is my honor to highlight this year's external fellowship recipients. I will begin with a description of 2 awards in the STEM field and a student who has been honored to receive them both. The Astronaut Scholarship is awarded to an exceptional college student who exhibit motivation in imagination, exceptional performance in science and engineering. And along similar lines, the Barry Goldwater Scholarship is awarded to outstanding undergraduates who are studying mathematics, natural sciences, or engineering, and who intend to pursue a research career and will make significant contributions to their fields. I am pleased to introduce this year's graduating senior who is the recipient of both of these highly competitive awards. Zane Durante. Zane will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and a Bachelor of Arts in Applied and Computational Mathematics. Zane's research explores endangered language preservation and deception detection in child forensic interviews. He plans to pursue a career in machine learning research, focusing on using artificial intelligence and machine learning to promote the social good. From a national pool of more than 1,300 undergraduates nominated by institutions in the United States, 2 graduating students from USC have also been named Goldwater Scholarship recipients. Aaron Greist. Aaron will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry with an emphasis in chemical nanoscience and a Bachelor of Arts in Applied and Computational Mathematics. Aaron plans to pursue a PhD in applied physics and conduct research while teaching at the university level. Emily Yang. Emily will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Quantitative Biology and a minor in Sociology. She plans to attain a medical degree and pursue research in epidemiology. The David L. Boren Scholarship for International Study focuses on geographic areas, languages, and fields of study deemed critical to U.S. national security. Boren recipients engage in rigorous language study and academic coursework for 6 months to a year overseas. I am happy to celebrate this year's graduating Boren scholars. Bryant Kong. Bryant will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations and a Bachelor of Science in Economics and Mathematics. He received a Boren Scholarship to Indonesia for the 2021 to 2022 academic year. Ava Isakovich. Ava graduated in December with a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. She was awarded a Boren Scholarship to Belgrade, Serbia and Sarajevo, Bosnia, Herzegovina to learn the local language. While abroad, she founded the Burek Initiative, an empirical oral history organization collecting and statistically analyzing testimony from the Yugoslav wars. The Burek Initiative earned her the USC Global Scholar Prize. Leah James. Leah is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Global Business, and East Asian Languages and Cultures. Leah was awarded the Boren Scholarship to study in China and Taiwan, where she improved her Mandarin language proficiency and immersed herself in foreign cultures. Leah plans to pursue a career in a position critical to national security. Sophia Norton. Sophia will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Middle East Studies and minors in Arabic and Economics. Her thesis exploring the lack of intersectional understanding in refugee assistance programs in Jordan earned her departmental honors and the Global Scholar Prize at USC. Sophia was awarded a Boren Scholarship to continue her Arabic studies in Jordan. She plans to pursue a career in international law. Maya Prakash. Maya will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Global Business, a Bachelor of Arts in Economics, and a minor in Middle East Studies. Maya was awarded a Boren Scholarship to study Arabic in Jordan, where she will study developmental economics in the MENA region. She plans to pursue a career in the Foreign Service. Emma Taylor. Emma will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations. Her Boren Scholarship will fund a year in Ukraine to study Russian. Long-term, Emma hopes to work for the Department of Defense, specializing in its Eastern Europe division. Congratulations to this year's graduating Boren Scholarship recipients. The Fulbright U.S. Student Program provides grants for individually designed academic projects or for English teaching assistant programs in over 140 different countries. This is the 9th year running that USC has been recognized as a top producer of Fulbright students reported by the Chronicle of Higher Education. I'm happy to recognize this year's graduating class of Fulbrighters. Jack Bakos. Jack will graduate with a Bachelor's of Arts in Spanish and a minor in Legal Studies. Jack was awarded a Fulbright English Teaching Assistantship grant to Spain, where he will be placed in a Madrid high school to teach English and lead students in a year-long global classrooms project. He plans to pursue a career in law, focusing on issues of immigration, human rights, and social justice. Elaine Huang. Elaine will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Human Biology and Master of Science in Global Medicine. Elaine was awarded a Fulbright English Teaching Assistant grant to Taiwan, and she plans to attend medical school, focusing on issues of health equity and education. Ava Isakovich. Ava graduated in December 2020 with a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. In December, she will return to Sarajevo with a Fulbright research grant for a project on mapping the long-term effects of the Bosnian War. Lindsay Opie. Lindsay will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Public Policy with an emphasis on nonprofits and social innovation and a minor in occupational science. Lindsay received the Fulbright English Teaching Assistantship grant in Uruguay, where she will work with students from second grade to the university level. She looks forward to exploring the implications of rural education and working closely with the international partnerships of Fulbright that they offer to examine education policy and equity for students of diverse backgrounds. Tiffany Wong. Tiffany graduated December 2020 with a Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and a Bachelor of Arts in East Asian Languages and Cultures. Tiffany is the recipient of a Fulbright graduate degree grant and will pursue an international master's program in Asia Pacific Studies at National Cheng Chi University in Taiwan. After Fulbright, she plans to pursue a career in journalism, focusing on Asian American issues with the ultimate goal of becoming a foreign correspondent. Congratulations again to this year's Fulbright U.S. Student Program recipients. The National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship Program supports outstanding graduate students in NSF-supported science, technology, engineering, and mathematics disciplines who are pursuing research-based master's and doctoral degrees at accredited United States institutions. This year's graduating NSF GRFP recipients are Tyler Labonte. Tyler will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Applied and Computational Mathematics and a minor in Computer Science. After graduating from USC, he will pursue his PhD in Machine Learning at the Georgia Institute of Technology, focused on developing trusted deep learning systems via theoretical analysis of real-world generalization phenomena. Diana LaFollette. Diana will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering with an emphasis in sustainable energy and minor in environmental studies. Diana will be attending the Georgia Institute of Technology to earn her PhD in Materials Science and Engineering. She plans to pursue research on alternative energy, focusing on perovskite materials for photovoltaic applications. The Schwartzman Scholars Program is designed to help future leaders meet the challenges of the 21st century by preparing them to better understand China's culture, economy, governance, and evolving role in the world. Up to 200 scholars are chosen annually from around the world for this highly selective, fully funded program and will study for a one-year master's degree at Tsinghua University for one of China's most prestigious institutes of higher education. This year, 2 USC students were selected as Schwartzman Scholars. Benjamin Ma. Ben Ma will graduate with a dual degree BS/MS in computer science and a minor in music production. He hopes to connect the world leading AI communities of China and the US through music. Trenton Stone. Trenton will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Global Business, with a concentration in International Finance and a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. As a Schwartzman Scholar, Trenton will focus on sustainable economic development and finance abroad. The Thomas R. Pickering Graduate Fellowship is a U.S. Department of State program administered by Howard University that seeks to attract and prepare outstanding young people who represent ethnic, gender, social, and geographic diversity and have an interest in pursuing a foreign service career in the U.S. Department of State. This year's recipient of the fellowship is Betty Tai. Betty will graduate with Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science and in East Asian Languages and Cultures. She will also be completing her master's studies in law with a business law certificate at the Gold School of Law. Betty received the Benjamin A. Gilman Scholarship to study abroad in Beijing during her sophomore year. As a Pickering Fellow, she will receive funding to pursue a master's in international relations at Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies and go on to complete 5 years in the Foreign Service as a diplomat. Congratulations, Betty. All of the preceding award recipients will also be honored by having their names engraved at Levy Library's Wall of Scholars. The wall was created in 1995 and is sponsored and maintained by the Skull and Dagger Society. To close, I want to extend a wholehearted congratulations to all of this year's fellowship recipients.
Once again, congratulations to all of our fellowship recipients. My name is Dr. Nadia Palacios, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm the Senior Director of Student Equity and Inclusion Programs. Arete, taken from Greek, means virtue or excellence in attaining one's utmost human potential. Members of the Order of Arete have distinguished themselves above their peers through campus or community leadership roles beyond those required for their programs of study, often making notable contributions to the university, academic discipline, community, or world at large. In these leadership roles, members demonstrate significant depth and scope of responsibility, and they are recognized for upholding value and meaning over individual achievement. The award represents the highest honor accorded graduate students upon completion of their academic programs. This year, 113 students are bestowed the honor of membership in the Order of Arete. The university and the Division of Student Affairs are proud to recognize each of these students for their outstanding work within their individual program and their dedicated service to the campus community. Aria Aaron, Nicholas Albertoni, Dalia Amirapur, Milani Andanda Kuyan, Quinn Annex Rees, Kruthi Anigeri, Lourdes Johanna Avalar Portillo, Andrea Bonuelos Mota, Aya Bani Mohammed, Brandy Beringer, Zachary Bellicini, Wihaj Bukhari, Cherie Chan, Jing Chang, Karishma Chogani, Madeline Choi, Elizabeth Contreras, Yareli Contreras, Catherine Crandall, Ruben Cuellar, Matthew Cummins, Emily Doan, Chirag Doshi, Jeremy Doe, Veronica Estrada Ede, Brandon KK Fields, Brian Fleonor, Savannah Forey, Ramata Franklin, Alexander Garbin, Nicole Garcia, Megan Cates, Kelsey Genda, Vasil Ganimian, Ilana Glassenberg, Angad Gogia, Jacqueline Gomez, Stephanie Gomez Rubalcava, Milan Haupt, Sunil Holmes, Young Yu Hong, Pascal Jakovitz, Kayla Johari. My colleague, Dr. Jonathan Wang, will continue reading the names of our recipients for the Order of Arete.
Thank you, Nadia. My name is Dr. Jonathan Wang, and I use he, him, his pronouns. I'm the Manager of Leadership and Education for Student Equity and Inclusion Programs and the Senate Director for our Asian Pacific American Student Services. I will continue reading the names of our Order of Arete recipients. Justin Kawaguchi, Ida Kuhi, Christina Kundrak, Il Chang Pinky Lam, Calvin Lee, Kristen Liang, Kellyanne Lively, Lacey Lovejoy Allen, Sandra Luo, Patty Mikowski, Ashley Mock, Joshua Manlutok, Lindsay Marks, Alexia Martin, Ada Martinez, Megan Matthews, Alicia McConnell, Jeffrey McDermott, Paul Medavoy, Simone Montgomery, Asia Lisa Morales, Gnome Morningstar Kiwi, Hannah Mulrow, Reagan Murphy, Valerie Nerumi, Chang Nguyen, Anaya Paul Majumdar, Sophia Plata, Victor Q, Natalie Quintaro, Marley Randazzo, Sarah Rasmussen, Sarah Rasmussen, Christian Reyes, Elena Rodriguez Garza, Lawrence Roll, Raquel Roman, Natalie Sammy, Ariana Sedegupor, Tiana Shaw Wakeman, Tara Shushani, Sophia Siegel, Joshua Silva, Lair Streeter, Adam Strichich, Sydney Stupp, Mahalakshmi Subramanian, Whitney Tang, Ian Thomas, Zachary Torres, Jairo Umana, Bantima Uruchi, Rini Varghese, Brenda Vega, Consuelo Divina Vigilar, Alejandra Viveros, Kristen Walker, Catherine Wang, Kai Wang, Yi Young Wang, Kevin Marusilla, Maria Rafe Wade, David White, Grace Williams, Niles Wilson, Tiara Wilson, Emma Wong, Jonathan Xue, Bachi Yusefyan, Kilebuhili Zdrobko. Please join me in congratulating our 2021 Order of Arete recipients.
Hello, my name is Esther Cho Lee, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm the Interim Director for the Office of International Services. Recipients of the Order of Troy have distinguished themselves beyond their peers in university life and have made notable contributions to the university community as active leaders or critical contributors in the service to peers, the university community, or the world at large. They have made significant contributions to build community and to promote diversity through their university involvement, leadership positions, and volunteer activities. These students have pursued academic excellence while devoting extensive time and energy in the service outside the classroom. This year, 96 students are bestowed the honor of membership in the Order of Troy. The university and the Division of Student Affairs are proud to recognize each of these students for their outstanding leadership in the university community. Paul Adams II, Nikita Advani, Sana Asan, Abriana Aiken, William Alpert, Cami Amin, Cameron Audra, Alan Josiah Bexton, Emily Billow, Lena Brady, Lourdes Bustamante, Lindsay Beister, Rochelle Coude, Isabella Catabiano, Jonathan Carrera, Cheyenne Casapau, Abigail Castillo, Cielo Chavez, Ariana Chen, Rebecca Chen, Sydney Chukas, Bryant Kong, Colleen Corrigan, Paige Creason, Cassidy Cunningham, Elizabeth Dassaw, Anastasia Demenko, Parisa Dukule, Emily Donahue, Amulia Dunti, Javin D'Souza, Harmony Esqueda, Isis Galino, Georgina Gamael, Harmon Gill, Paige Godwin, Benjamin Gould, Maximilian Gunara, Julia Hahn, Olivia Hart, Catherine Hayes, Raven Hearn, Jonathan Holtman, Iogide Hospitalis, Justin Hu, Alexander Ibrahim, Anushka Joshi, Kiana Kerr, Youngyeon Kim, Francis Lawley, Joanne Lee, Cameron Levine, Madeline Lim, Alori Longdun, Yvette Lopez. My colleague Ida Shahi will continue reading the names for the Order of Troy.
Thank you, Esther. Hello, my name is Ida Shahi, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm the Associate Director of Disability Services and Programs, also known as DSP. I will continue reading the names of our Order of Troy recipients. Lauren Matisse, Sydney Marr, Luz Mia Esquivel, Jeremiah Miller, Sabrina Meir, Seth Mitchell, Damini Miyasato, McCrae Mar, Ken Murakami, Clarissa Newman, Austin Wynn, Ryan New, Matthew O'Grady, Sarah Orsborn, Pentelis Palioris, Michelle Fawn, Ramita Punsambat, Kimberly Fung, Elena Pilch, Sydney Ramsey, Sahar Randava, Raymond John Rapada, Emma Rice, Reese Richmond, Leah Romano, Helen Salinas, Megan Seifert, Haley Schaefer, Jawan Shin, Catherine Shu, Shareya Shritara, Eileen Toe, Isabel Torres, David Tupper, Aurora Vaughn, Nicolette Walker, Amy Wang, Harrison Weinerman, Andrew Yock, Sarah Zong, and Elizabeth Zoe. Please join me in congratulating our 2021 Order of Troy recipients.
Hello, I'm Dr. Monique Allard. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the Senior Associate Vice Provost for Student Affairs. The Order of the Laurel and of the Palm is the highest honor awarded to undergraduates completing their programs of study. Less than 1% of undergraduates are selected as members of Order of the Laurel and the Palm. Throughout their tenure with USC, these recipients displayed leadership, impacting multiple facets of the university life, and made notable contributions, leaving a lasting impact on the university community and the world at large. These graduates are committed to service and embody the university's highest goals and ideals. Please join me in recognizing these graduates for their exemplary leadership and highest achievement. Radhika Agrawal. Radhika Agrawal will graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Engineering and Computer Science, and a minor in Future Cinema. Her nominator noted Radhika's innovative work with Computer Science Interaction Laboratory, exploring how socially assistive robotic systems can aid in the social and cognitive development of children, particularly those with autism spectrum disorder. She used skills developed from her minor in Future Cinema to enhance the storytelling nature of the system. As president of USC Makers, Radhika led an emphasis on diversity, equity, and inclusion by designing and implementing a DEI training program for all project managers. She also chaired the Viterbi Women in Engineering Advisory Board, demonstrating empathy for others by organizing social interaction events in support of the well-being of all students. Kiara Akiyoshi. Kiara Akiyoshi will graduate with double major Bachelor of Arts degrees in Cognitive Science and Spanish. Since her freshman year, she served as Dornsife Ambassador and willingly assumed a leadership responsibility within the organization. She organized and sat on panels with audiences of up to 300 high school counselors and students to answer questions about the pre-health track, research coursework, and overall involvement of students. She acted as a role model for younger ambassadors, particularly those studying pre-med. As president of Delta Alpha Pi, the Honor Society for Students with Disabilities, Kiara collected data on the effects of COVID-19 and online learning on the mental health of students of Mexican descent. Her nominator described Kiara as dedicating herself fully to all that she undertakes and always gracious and thoughtful when interacting and working with others. Ashley Applewhite. Ashley Applewhite will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and an academic certificate in consumer behavior. Her nominator cited her outstanding service as a resident assistant, her participation in the Black Student Assembly, and her role as president of Alpha Kappa Alpha as examples of exemplary leadership. As co-unity chair for the Black Student Assembly, she amplified the voices of Black women students by organizing the USC Iblings program. She successfully led Alpha Kappa Alpha through the global pandemic when operations were severely limited. She hosted several impactful programs, including a Voters' Night Out event, educating attendees on becoming engaged citizens during the 2020 presidential election. Through her internship with Inner Octaves, an organization focused on health and well-being, resources for traditionally minority and underserved communities in Southern California, Ashley prepared a video research project focusing on African American older adult depression and therapy during COVID-19. Her nominator shares that Ashley excels in relationship building and will continue to build bridges for USC well beyond her undergraduate experience. Jake Bubman. Jake Bubman will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts, double majoring in International Relations and Global Economy and Spanish. He is a member of Phi Beta Kappa and was named a Renaissance and Presidential Scholar. He was a co-founder and co-manager of the Gold School of Law, Immigrants and Global Migration Initiative, which evaluates Los Angeles immigration courts' upholding of due process rights for detained and non-detained immigrants facing removal. In class, he carried his debate team to victory and set a fine example for all members of the class. He served as the Undersecretary General of Trojan MUN 2018, planning and executing a conference of over 300 delegates hosted by USC's Model UN. In addition, Jake served as president of SoCal Vocals, USC's a cappella musical group. He led rehearsals, organized travel to competitions, and served as the point person for all performances. His nominator shared that throughout his USC experience, Jake exemplified responsible leadership in addition to posting an exemplary academic record. Alejandra da Silva. Alejandra da Silva will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering with an emphasis in cellular and molecular engineering. Her nominator cited her extraordinary ability to lead her peers and her strong work ethic. As general manager of the Trojan Marching Band, she kept 300 plus members connected and engaged during the year of the pandemic. In addition, Alex provided leadership to the Break On to Latin Fusion performance team and willingly shared her Venezuelan culture, exemplifying the university's values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. As a member of the radiation oncology team at Children's Hospital, she provided increased efficiency of the radiation oncology clinic by creating code to improve the management of 30 million plus patients. In addition, Alex developed an AYSO Special Needs League for those with disabilities. She embodies the most admirable Trojan traits by encouraging all in her world to always be their best. Elizabeth Hannon. Elizabeth Hannon will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Neuroscience and a minor in Business Finance. Her nominator cited her role as president of Alpha Chi Omega as her greatest achievement. As president of Alpha Chi Omega, she positioned herself and the organization on a continuous improvement model. Among the most significant accomplishments were the ACO's financial contributions to the Good Shepherd Shelter for battered women and victims of domestic violence. In addition, Elizabeth forged a partnership between the Joint Educational Project and the Good Shepherd Shelter to facilitate and engage volunteer opportunities from USC students in domestic violence shelters. As an executive member and president of the Marshall Women's Leadership Board, she combined her two passions of leadership and empowerment of women in business. In addition, she served as a recruitment counselor for the USC Panhellenic. Throughout her undergraduate years, Elizabeth contributed enormously to the well-being of those she represented and strived to uphold the highest standards of the university. Nathaniel Hyman. Nathaniel Hyman will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Public Policy and Law. He achieved an excellent academic record. He was named an AP Scholar with distinction, received of the Golden Key Community Service Award, and was included on the Dean's List from 2018 to 2020. Nathaniel has also demonstrated exceptional leadership, skills, and ability. He is the co-founder and co-chair of Divest SC, an organization which advocates for the divestment of the university's endowment from fossil fuels. He was elected executive director of the Environmental Student Assembly and was appointed the student representative to the Presidential Working Group on Sustainable Education, Research, and Operations. He served on the Sustainability Steering Committee and oversaw all assembly advocacy, programming, and public relations activities. His nominator cited Nathaniel's ability to work with students, faculty, and the administration as a unique attribute among students. Eileen Kim. Eileen Kim will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and a Bachelor of Arts in Global Studies, with a minor in Classics. Her nominator cited her service as president of Marshall's Outreach and Volunteer Program, particularly serving the broader LA community during the pandemic, as her most important achievement. Throughout her undergraduate experience, Eileen demonstrated a deep understanding of and commitment to leadership, cultural awareness, social justice, and public service. She led the Asian Pacific American Student Services Leadership and Professional Development Program in support of the journeys of over 100 students. In her role as president of the Marshall Outreach and Volunteer Entrepreneurs, she led diversity and inclusion initiatives with a focus on mental health, education, and social justice to foster inclusive spaces in business. Eileen exemplifies good moral character, citizenship, motivation, initiative, and the clear commitment to the advancement of the university's mission and values. Kimberly Larson. Kimberly Larson will graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering with an emphasis on mechanical engineering and pre-medicine with a minor in dance. She has made immeasurable contributions as a research assistant in the Zavaleta Laboratory, where she conducted longitudinal studies to improve medical imaging capabilities. She served as an ambassador for campus recruitment for Medtronic, a diabetes insulin pump research organization. She connected R&D engineers with current Medtronic insulin pump users to prioritize the voice of the user in design decisions. In addition, Kimberly participated in multiple Makeathons, a creative cross-campus competition which accelerates innovative ideas into physical and digital prototypes to promote positive social impact. Her intense involvement with engineering studies, along with her dance minor, demonstrates Kimberly's broad spectrum of interests. She has shown outstanding academic ability and leadership throughout her undergraduate experience. Christopher McMorran. Christopher McMorran will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film and Television Production. His nominator noted his creation of an impactful undergraduate experience that will benefit students well into the future. Christopher was appointed to leadership roles in several areas. After serving successfully as an orientation advisor, he was appointed an orientation coordinator as he interfaced very effectively with the new advisors. As chair of the Norman Topping Student Aid Fund governing board, he was responsible for the direction of a multi-million-dollar student aid fund. As a resident assistant, he oversaw the well-being of 40 freshman students, including enforcement of university policy and acting as a first responder in crisis situations. As an undergraduate student government senator, he researched issues, wrote legislation, and advocated major initiatives including public transit subsidies and transfer equity. Christopher was an excellent role model for young students and an inspiration for staff in their service of all students. Kate Cicada. Kate Cicada will graduate with double majors, a Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and a Bachelor of Arts in Contemporary Latino and Latin American Studies. In her role as a Daily Trojan editor-in-chief during the spring 2020 semester, Kate restructured the staff to create efficiency and meet the daily production deadlines. She grasped the oftentimes complicated questions and displayed a mature sensibility to see various angles to a given issue. She led the Daily Trojan through the transition brought on by COVID-19 and navigated remote production during the onset of the pandemic. She conceptualized a 12-page special Daily Trojan supplement on Latino identities. In addition, she was appointed president of the USC chapter of National Association of Hispanic Journalists and served in the capacity from 2017 to present. She was appointed as a production specialist for the Los Angeles Times and as an opinion intern for the Dallas Morning News. Her nominator described Kate as kind, considerate of others, courteous, thoughtful, and trustworthy. Trenton Stone. Trenton Stone will graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations, Global Business, and Philosophy. He is the recipient of a number of academic awards, including being named a Schwartzman Scholar, a Warren Bennis Scholar, a Global Fellow, and a Dean Joan Schaefer Scholar. Trenton served as the president of the 2019-2020 undergraduate student government. He coordinated a $2.4 million budget to support and engage 25,000 attendees at over 200 events. He redesigned USG's operating structure and collaborated with the Board of Trustees and university leadership to respond to crises, improve operational processes, and transform culture. In addition, he served as the Director of Projects for Los Angeles Community Impact and provided pro bono consulting for multiple nonprofits in Southern California. His nominator described Trenton as an extraordinary student who always finds light in darkness and answers amidst chaos. Elizabeth Yin. Elizabeth Yin will graduate with a dual Bachelor of Arts degrees with double majors in economics law, history, and culture, and a minor in computer and digital forensics. She served as a Viterbi teaching assistant in the information technology program. She focused on digital forensics and the introduction to information security. Outside of the classroom, Elizabeth was appointed captain of the women's club soccer team, for which she scheduled all travel, organized practices, and provided the social media communication for both the fall and spring league seasons. In addition, she coached 5 seasons of Special Olympics, including soccer, basketball, and track and field for athletes with special needs. Later, she was invited to give a TED Talk about insights to be gained from athletes with special needs. Her nominator cited Elizabeth as consistently demonstrating throughout her professional and extracurricular involvement true role modeling of the 5 traits of a Trojan: faithful, scholarly, skillful, courageous, and ambitious. Jessica Zelmer. Jessica Zelmer will graduate with dual Bachelor of Art degrees in non-governmental organizations and social change, international relations and sociology, and public relations, and a minor in social entrepreneurship. Reflective of her outstanding academic capability, she was awarded a presidential scholarship. Jessica served as president of the Hellenes, the 120-member organization which focuses on community service and acts as the official hostesses of the university. She led the Hellenes in establishing a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee, a DEI training curriculum, and a new DEI position on the executive board. In addition, she was appointed Vice President of Strategic Marketing and Youth Soccer Coach for the Trojan Youth Soccer League and served as a Director of Finance for Kicks for Kids of Los Angeles. Her nominator described Jessica as having a compassionate heart and a strong commitment to serving others. Congratulations to our 2021 recipients of the Order of the Laurel and the Palm.
This has been a wonderful ceremony. Thank you so much, and thank you and congratulations to all of our honorees. You are indeed an exceptional group. Though they sadly may not be in your vicinity today, I encourage you to remember another very important group of people who may have contributed greatly to the accolades you have received today. Your parents, brothers, sisters, friends, teachers, counselors, coaches, mentors, and many, many others who have supported you throughout the years. Some may be watching alongside you this afternoon. Please take a moment to acknowledge the role these very special people have played in your lives. There is a saying I have often used to greet nervous young students when they first step on campus. If you're here, it's because you are supposed to be here and you have what it takes, and you have to believe that. You have taken that one step further and made fervent believers out of all of us. I certainly speak for everyone at USC when I say that we very much look forward to the next steps you will take toward improving the world. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for all that you have done. Good afternoon, congratulations, and fight on.